What's up, everybody? This is Davin Jackson from eSecurity Planet, and we have breaking news. TikTok has been taken down. That's right. TikTok is now... Hold on. Well, what's up, everybody? This is Davin Jackson from eSecurity Planet with breaking news. TikTok is back. Find out what happened in this video. I don't know what's going on here. Okay. What's up, everyone? Happy New Year, and welcome back to eSecurity Planet, your go-to channel for all things cybersecurity. Today's video, we're diving into the world of TikTok and the ongoing drama surrounding its future within the United States, with updates coming faster than that latest meme coin you tried to buy to get rich. But seriously, this whole thing has been a roller coaster ride to say the least. But many are unaware that this recent drama has actually been years in the making. So let's break down how this all happened in 5 minutes or less. Sort of. We're going to explain TikTok's start, end, and restart as quick as possible, just in case anything else happens while we're making this video. But before we start the clock, please make sure to like the video, share it with your friends and family, and subscribe to the eSecurity Planet channel on YouTube and TikTok. Well, if TikTok's still around by the time this airs. So with that, let's get into it. Kush, bring up the timer. So first we need to go back to November 2017. TikTok's parent company, ByteDance, purchased the app Musical.ly for $1 billion, and then merged the two apps the following year. The trendy dances and viral clips made the app a major hit and a must-have for everyone, especially young people. However, concerns started being raised around 2019 when lawmakers expressed concern over ByteDance ties to China. More on that later. Around 2020, users on Reddit, Twitter, and other platforms started posting that they reverse engineered the application to check the source code. And from a security perspective, what they found was a little disturbing. You see, TikTok was tracking information about the user's hardware and the devices they were using, the networks they were on, the locations, and even what other apps were installed on their devices. So you're probably saying to yourself, that's it? That's how we got here today? Well, not exactly. You see, there was something else that was so diabolical, and that was the final straw for TikTok. And if you're wondering what could be worse than a threat to national security and privacy, well, the answer is ticket sales. June 2020, President Donald Trump is gearing up to speak at a rally in Tulsa, Oklahoma. And by the looks of it, the rally was expected to be huge. He even bragged on social media that over 1 million people had already RSVP'd for the event that could only hold roughly 20,000 people. There were so many reservations online that the campaign decided to extend the venue to include an overflow section outside. This way, everyone who wanted to could get a chance to see the president speak. However, most of those registrations weren't from loyal supporters, but rather from users on TikTok looking to troll the president by getting tickets for the event and not attending. And with ticket sales being given on a first-come, first-served basis, most of the seats were left empty on the day of the rally, with only 6,200 people showing up to the 19,000-seated venue. And the overflow section was also closed down due to the low attendance. Now, to be fair, the campaign did deny that the TikTok trolls had nothing to do with the low numbers. Instead, they stated that this was due to the pandemic and the spread of misinformation about possible protests happening around the rally. However, shortly thereafter, President Trump issued an executive order imposing sanctions on TikTok, citing national security concerns. A couple months later, in August of 2020, President Trump and his fellow supporters engaged in a full-court press to ban TikTok and other apps owned by ByteDance if they didn't sell their US operations to an American company within 45 days. This was also followed by Congress introducing a bill that bans TikTok from being installed on most federal government devices. Both the president and Congress noted the national security implications of the Chinese government collecting information on American policymakers. And technically, they weren't wrong. Given the United States' rocky relationship with the Chinese government, and all the accusations of cyber espionage going back and forth, I could see where they were coming from. Need proof? Well, look no further than a recent Salt Typhoon breach that was orchestrated by hacking groups that are affiliated with the Chinese government. For more information about that, check out the Salt Typhoon breach video on the eSecurity Planet. Now, Microsoft appeared to be an early favorite to acquire ByteDance in August of 2020. But the day before the deadline in September, Microsoft CEO announced that ByteDance had informed them that they would not be selling TikTok's operations to them. Other companies like Oracle were also listed as potential favorites, but ultimately, no sale ever happened. Rumors long suggested that ByteDance's refusal to include their proprietary algorithm in any sale led to the breakdown in several negotiations. But this also left many people with even more questions, not just about TikTok, but everything associated with ByteDance and China. Fast forward to June of 2021. After several legal battles held up the ban from officially taking place, an election, and a new president taking office, President Biden stepped in and revoked his predecessor's executive order. However, President Biden did issue his own executive order that directed the federal government to review all apps made and controlled by foreign adversaries, address any applications that pose a risk to national security, and also collaborate with other departments and agencies to develop better protections. Fast forward again to April of 2024, and Congress passed legislation as part of a larger foreign aid package that gave ByteDance 9 months to sell TikTok and relinquish control of their secret sauce algorithm with a possible 3-month extension if a sale was in progress. If ByteDance didn't comply, all apps would be banned from being downloaded and used in the United States. President Biden signed this into law a few days later. Several users tried suing to keep TikTok in the United States, stating that the app is not only a place where people can connect, but also a source of income for so many small business owners. TikTok even claims that in 2023, it helped small businesses generate almost $15 billion in revenue. However, this didn't help sway the government, and the clock was still ticking to a January 19, 2025 deadline, barring the sale or a miracle. Which brings us to January of 2025. It's a new year with new people having new goals, new resolutions, and a new president. Sort of. But for ByteDance and millions of Americans, the same deadline was slowly approaching. Over the 9 months, several attempts were made to stop the ban. The CEO of TikTok even met with the incoming president to curry favor with him. He even donated a large amount of money to the inauguration fund. And while he was doing that, several small business owners, content creators, and just everyday users were pleading with the government and the outgoing administration to reconsider. Now, while most people were fighting to stay on TikTok, others started looking for a new app to call home. Many even signed up for a Chinese-owned app with more security concerns than TikTok out of spite. However, I will not be getting into that today, because that's going to make this story so much longer. It appeared the pressure from the American people started to work, resulting in several members of Congress who originally voted to ban the app now backtracking and asking for more time. However, the Biden administration said that they would not step in to stop the ban or extend the deadline, leaving it to the new administration. One last plea was made to the Supreme Court to review the legality of the ban. The Supreme Court agreed to hear arguments from both sides, but ultimately decided to uphold the ban, saying that it did not infringe on the First Amendment rights of the American people. This left ByteDance with no other choice but to sell or be banned from the Apple and Android app stores. This would result in the app being unable to be updated and over time become unusable. ByteDance CEO said that if no one intervened, that they would have no choice but to go dark on the deadline date of January 19th. However, US users were surprised to find that all ByteDance-owned apps weren't working and were removed from the app stores the day before. Not just shutting down TikTok, but TikTok Studio, TikTok Seller Center, HiPic, Lark, CapCut, Lemonade, Marvel Snap, and a few more. When users logged into TikTok, they were greeted with the following message. Now pay close attention to the second paragraph in the message. Now if you're shocked and confused, you have every right to be. Because in a strange turn of events, the same person who led the charge to ban TikTok in the first place now seems to be its unlikely savior. And to make things even stranger, it appeared he answered the call by posting messages on Truth Social like, "Save TikTok." So why the change of heart? Well, it's simple. President Trump claims that TikTok played a crucial role in his recent election victory, and now wants to keep it alive so he can connect with his younger audience. Fast forward a short time after President Trump's announcement, and access to TikTok was miraculously restored. However, the app is still unavailable for download on app stores. Users were now greeted with a new message, just over 12 hours after the app went dark. On Monday, January 20th, President Trump's official first day in office, he signed several executive orders, including the one that he promised the day before to extend the deadline for TikTok to be sold or a deal to be made with his administration. This now gives TikTok and ByteDance 75 days to find a US-based buyer or some other solution that satisfies the president and Congress. Kush, stop the clock. We're done. How'd I do? Not bad. But even though the timer and the drama seem to be over, there are still a bunch of unanswered questions. One major one being is, Is there really a cybersecurity concern with TikTok? And if so, why stop the ban if the concerns were never addressed? The answer to the first part is yes. There are legitimate cybersecurity concerns with TikTok. TikTok and their algorithm is still owned by ByteDance, and the belief is that they can be compelled by the Chinese government to share that user information, including personal and sensitive data, viewing and usage information, and even biometric data that is collected through the app. There are concerns that the Chinese government could use TikTok and other apps under its control to spread propaganda and misinformation to manipulate people and their decisions. If an adversarial country were to gain access to United States user information, they can use it for their espionage campaigns to gain insights into United States operations and our infrastructure. Now, it should be noted that several of these security concerns can also be raised with other US-based apps like Facebook, Instagram, X or Twitter, Snapchat, and others. However, US laws are supposed to protect the privacy of users, whereas the Chinese government doesn't have to abide by these laws. Now, to answer the second half of the question, it's complicated. Personally, I feel that there are real concerns with the app, and not just the cybersecurity side, but also the damage it's doing to so many people, especially young people. And instead of making them sell it to another company that won't address these issues, this could be a great opportunity to have TikTok address all of the issues before bringing it back. As a penetration tester, after we perform an assessment, we deliver a report to our client with all of our findings. The client then has a specified amount of time to resolve these security issues. It's my opinion that any app like TikTok that deals with user data should also have a similar process or face being banned. However, I don't make the decisions, and the powers that be feel that these concerns can be addressed at a later date. So it's literally above my pay grade. The TikTok saga seems to be resolved for now, but this story is far from over. This is a rapidly evolving situation with many unanswered questions about free speech, national security, and the future of social media. And if TikTok is such a cybersecurity threat, why are so many politicians suddenly changing their tune? Is it about national security, or is it more about political expediency? I guess we'll just have to wait and see what happens next. But don't worry, we'll continue to bring you the latest updates. But until then, what are your thoughts on this whole TikTok ban? Let us know in the comment section below. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more news and analysis. And also, remember to subscribe to the Cybersecurity Insider newsletter to get the latest updates sent directly to your inbox. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.